This is Logan Seeley live here from Elfrida, Arizona, as the Valley Union Blue Devils get ready to take on the St. David Tigers in a 1A matchup for Cochise County. Our coverage tonight is going to be brought to you by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community, the Morse Automotive Group, formerly Lawely Automotive, now serving Cochise County. The Morse Automotive Group Sierra Vista will be about supporting the community and giving you the best vehicle buying experience possible. We're committed to making a long-lasting positive relationship with the community. Stop in today and experience the difference. The EHTELL team at Long Realty, proud to support our young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to real estate experts at 717-599-2439. BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963. The Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County. Their new physical therapy department is now open in Hereford. Physical therapy clinics in Bisbee and Douglas also provide the highest quality of services to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Make an appointment with one of their doctors of physical therapy today at 520-432-6435. The Sierra Vista Sonic Drive-In, proud to sponsor our local youth sports coverage. Come into Sonic every Wednesday for Wacky Pack Wednesday. Kids' meals are only $2.49 with no limit. Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management, our #1 choice for pest control in Cochise County. Veteran owned and operated with your satisfaction, Mike's guarantee. On Facebook at All Pro Pest Management. Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper Landscaping for all your landscaping needs, serving Cochise County. Visit them on Facebook or call 520-456-8945. Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard, now open Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Sierra Vista Medical Group, when you experience an illness or injury, Sierra Vista Medical Group is here. We're doctors, nurses, and caregivers dedicated to getting you back to the community you love, dedicated to helping you live your healthiest life. Connect with a provider today. Visit svmedicalgroup.org or call 520-263-3500. Saguaro Air Solutions LLC of Sierra Vista, for guaranteed honest service. Choose Saguaro Air Solutions, a locally owned and operated company offering heating and cooling system servicing, repair and replacement, plus certified duct cleanings. Call 520-699-4237 to learn about our limited time offer of $85 for furnace service, available during September and redeemable in October. Go to saguaroairsolutions.com. As we get ready to kick the ball off, Valley Union is going to kick the ball off to the Tigers, and they're going to field this ball at the 25, and he's going to get up to the 30-yard line. And the St. David Tigers offense is going to take the field tonight, looking for a huge bounce-back win after a tough loss last week at home against a tough 3-1 Valley Union team.
1st and 10 from about the 30.
Who has a lot to prove this year. And this is going to be 1st and 10. And they're going to line up in their bread and butter formation. 2 out wide, 1 in the backfield. And he's going to hand the ball off down the middle. And that's going to be number 9 on the carry. And he's going to get the first down. And that's going to move the chains up another 10 yards for this Tigers offense.
Ball up to the 42-yard line.
Go defense!
And they're going to line up in the same formation again. And this Valley Union team trying to get another W at home. And he's going to pitch it to the far side, and he's going to get about 3 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 7 on the play. That's going to be number 33, Chase Pacheco, on the carry. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. And this Valley Union team, playing fierce all year, finally getting a tough challenge at home. And they're going to line up 2 out wide, number 7, Gannon Carafa on the near side. And they're going to run a touch pass to the near side, and he's going to go outside. And he's going to get the first down on a gain of 7, getting just enough to move the sticks.
1st down. Ball at the 47-yard line.
And they're going to march into Blue Devil territory for the first time tonight. And this is going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And they're going to motion a receiver, and they're going to run it down the middle. And he's going to gain about 2 yards, 3 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Tigers.
2nd and 7.
And this Valley Union team getting a win against Salmon Well last week, 52-20 at home. And they're going to look to continue this win streak at home and extending it to 3 games. And it's going to be a flare out to the running back on the near side. And he's going to get tackled at around the 20, 26.
Bring up a new first down.
And this is going to bring up first down for the Tigers. And this Valley Union defense trying to show this Tigers offense up, just like it was shown up last week. And they're gonna run it down the middle. He's gonna poke it out to the left side, and he's gonna gain about 7. And that's gonna bring up 2nd and 3. And this is a huge matchup, the only 1A matchup of Cochise County.
On a 2nd and 3.
They're going to have 2 out wide. And he's going to pass. And that's going to be incomplete to number 2 on the sideline.
Incomplete.
And it looked like the Valley Union defender got his hands in there to break up that pass. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 3 for the Tigers here at Valley Union High School in Elfrida, Arizona.
Hold them right here, boys.
That's going to be a run down the middle, and he's going to poke it out to the near side, and he's going to catch a stiff arm, and he's going to get chopped.
Out of bounds.
And he's going to fumble the ball out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 1st and goal from the 2-yard line
About the 3.
for the Tigers. Getting into Blue Devil territory here in the red zone. And this is going to be 1st and goal, and this 1st and goal is going to be brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. And they're going to look to punch it in here. Quarterback under center, stacking the box. And he's going to hand it off down the middle. And he's going to get met in the backfield. And that's going to be a loss of about 6
Wrapped up for a long
for the Blue Devils.
2nd and goal.
And that's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line for the Tigers.
Tough defense.
And this defense trying to get a goal line stand here. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it to number 7. And that's going to be caught for the touchdown
Caught for the touchdown.
by number 7, Gannon Carafa.
St. David takes the early lead.
On the
6-0,
fade ball.
18 left in the first quarter.
Using that size to try and mismatch these corners. And that looks like it could be a theme for the night. That's going to make the score 6-0 with 8:18 left in the first quarter. And they're going to go for 2 here. And he's going to roll out to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. Dropped by the receiver.
No good. So Devils will light up to receive.
And the Blue Devils offense is going to be back to receive the ball for the first time tonight. The St. David Tigers getting on the board here early in the first quarter less than 4 minutes in, getting their first touchdown on the board and trying to prevent what happened last week from happening again. And that touchdown is going to be brought to you by the Morse Automotive Group, formerly Lawely Automotive, now serving Cochise County. Morse Automotive Group will be about serving the community and giving you the best vehicle buying experience possible. We're committed to making a long-lasting, positive relationship with the community. Stop in today and experience the difference at the Morse Automotive Group in Cochise County. As the Tigers are going to line up to kick this ball off. Number 7, Gannon Carafa, the utility box player for this Tigers team. Going to kick it deep.
Kick is up and deep.
And that's going to be fielded at about the 10.
Fielded around the 10.
And he's going to try to cut it outside.
Looking for some room.
And he's going to get met by a swarm of Tigers, but he's going to get it down
around the
to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 Devils.
And that's going to bring up first and 10 for this Valley Union offense as they're going to take the field for the first time tonight. And this offense is going to be led by the senior, number 5, Dylan Mitchell. Their utility box player. And they're going to line up 3 out wide. And they're going to hand it off down the middle. And he's going to gain about 5. He's going to gain 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for this Blue Devils offense. That's going to be number 3, Miles Richardson on the carry. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for this offense. And this Tigers defense trying to get a stop here and keep them scoreless on the board. But Valley Union's going to have other intentions going down this field and trying to keep this game from being a blowout and keep it within reach. And that's going to be an overhead snap. And he's going to find somebody on the far side.
On the far side, it is caught.
And that's going to be caught by number 3, Miles Richardson. And I believe that's going to be a first down. No, they're going to mark him short, saying he went out of bounds.
Out of bounds a little bit short.
And that's going to bring up 3rd and 3 on a mishap turned positive for this Blue Devils offense. And this is going to be a key 3rd down. And they're going to line up 3 out wide. They're going to motion their slot. And that's going to be another mishandled snap. And that's going to be a fumble.
Let's go!
And Valley Union's going to recover that.
That'll make it a 4th and very long.
And that's going to bring up 4th and long. And it looks like they're going to punt here. Dylan Mitchell's bringing the play call. And they will be back to punt. St. David's going to have nobody deep to return. And they're just going to let this ball hit the ground, is what it looks like. And that's going to be a deep punt.
Takes a good Blue Devil
They're going to let
bounce.
that roll. And that's going to be marked down at about the 42.
1st and 10, St. David.
And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for this Tigers offense. After a few mishaps on offense for the Blue Devils, it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Tigers. With 6 minutes, 11 seconds left in the first quarter, leading 6-0. And they're going to line up with 2 in the backfield. And Valley Union's going to have 1 safety back. And they're going to run it down the middle. And he's going to get met. And he's going to gain what looks like 1 yard. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. On a great play by these linebackers in the defensive line, filling in the gaps in the middle and letting their linebackers come clean up. And this is going to be 2nd and 9. And they're going to run the toss to the far side. And he's going to go. He's going to break it loose after breaking tackles. And he's going to get tackled at the 9-yard line.
It's going to be a 1st and goal from about the 8 or 9 yard line.
He got chased down by the defense. And that's going to mark this ball at the 9-yard line and bring up 1st and goal for the Tigers here. And they're going to line up number 7, Gannon-Karoff out wide. 2 in the backfield. And they're going to run it down the middle. And he's going to get tackled in the backfield. And that's going to be a great play, shedding the block and getting through the line to make that stop on the goal line. Trying to prevent this St. David team from scoring again. And this will be 2nd and goal for the Tigers here. With 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter. On top, 6-0. And they're going to run a toss to the far side. And he's going to get tackled at the line.
To the left, stopped. 3rd and goal.
And he's going to be a little slow to get up. But they're going to help him up. And that's going to be a loss of 1. And that's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 10.
No, because he got up from getting hurt. He got hurt and then he got better. So they caught because he got better.
And they're going to line up 2 out wide. 1 in the backfield, stacking the right side of the field.
Quick pass.
And they're going to run a slant, but it looks like there was no communication.
Down, 4th and goal from about the 9-yard line. Trying to make some noise for that defense.
The receivers were not ready for the ball.
Defense.
And this is going to bring up 4th and goal. As this Valley Union crowd's going to get fired up for this 4th and goal from the 10. As the Blue Devils are going to try to get a huge stop here on 4th down.
Let's go!
And the quarterback looking at the sideline. And he's going to drop back to pass. And he's going to throw it.
Ball's up and caught.
And that's going to be a touchdown
And into the end zone.
by the big number 66 for St. David.
Move their lead up to 12. 3:45
Todd
left in the first
Pacheco
quarter.
in for his first receiving touchdown of the night. And that's going to make the score 12-0. 3:44 here left in this first quarter at Valley Union High School. And they're going to line up to go for 2 here. And he's going to run a toss to the far side.
Toss to the left.
And he's going to get it in.
He's in. 2-point conversion is good.
And that's going to make this score 14-0.
Tigers.
And that touchdown is going to be brought to you by the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. Proud to support our young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. And the Tigers are going to get ready to kick the ball off here again.
Devils line up with number 3, Richardson, deep to receive.
And they're going to break the huddle. Excuse me, they're going to be in the huddle. And their kicker's going to come out and give them the call on the kick. Whether they're going to kick it deep or go for a little squib here and try to recover it. They're going to break the huddle. Valley Union back deep to return. Number 3, Miles Richardson on the 5-yard line. And he's getting ready to kick the ball off here. And there's going to be a deep kick.
Kick is up.
That's going to be fielded by number 3.
Richardson has it at the 15.
Coming to the near side.
Looking for some room
Outrunning
down the
players.
He's got a couple of blocks.
And he's going to go out of bounds at about the 40 on a great return for the Blue Devils, giving their offense great field possession to take over. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line for the Blue Devils. Dylan Mitchell getting the play call in. They're going to have trips on the far side. And he's going to motion. It's going to be a QB sweep to the near side.
On the left-hand side.
And he's going to gain about
Ball
9.
out near the 50. Bring up a 2nd and short for the Devils.
And that's going to bring up 2nd and 2. And that's a great call by this coach, giving the ball to your athletes and just letting them run wild. And that's going to lead to an 8-yard gain. And there's going to be 2nd down for the Blue Devils. And he's going to drop back to pass. And he's going to hit number 3, Miles Richardson, on the far side. And that's going to bring up 1st down in St. David territory.
1st down.
And they're going to mark this ball at the 35. And the Blue Devils putting together a drive after a few mishaps last drive, leading to a turnover. A turnover on downs. And there's going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. And they're going to have 2 out wide again. And they're going to motion across. It's going to be a toss, and it's going to be fumbled.
Fumble in the backfield. Recovered by Luna.
But the Blue Devils are going to recover it.
Back them up a few. 2nd down and about 14.
That's going to be number 1. Yahir Luna on the fumble. And getting his own fumble back for the Blue Devils. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 14, it looks like. And they're going to motion the running back out. And the quarterback's going to scramble down the middle, and he's going to gain about a yard.
3rd down.
And that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Blue Devils of Valley Union. With 2 minutes, 40 seconds left here in this 1st quarter. Currently down 14-0 against the St. David Tigers. And they're going to break the huddle. They're going to have 2 out wide on the near side. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to hit the running back, and that's going to go in and out of his hands on 3rd down.
Bring up a 4th.
And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Blue Devils. And it looks like they're going to go for it here. Dylan Mitchell getting the play call in and bringing it to his team. And they're going to line up with 3 out wide again. Number 1 in the backfield. And they're going to motion Miles Richardson across. And he's going to drop back to pass. And he's going to get sacked on 4th down. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Tigers offense, who's going to try to score again here. And it looked like the pocket just collapsed a little bit, and he had nowhere to go, trying to step up into it. And he ended up stepping up into a sack for the Tigers on a huge 4th down. And this is going to be 1st and 10 for the St. David Tigers. And they're going to have 2 out wide. And they're going to run it down the middle. Number 33, Chase Pacheco, poking it out to the near side. And he's going to get met with contact on the sideline. That's going to bring up first down from the Valley Union 39-yard line. And that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, as this defense is going to try to put something together here and get a stop in their own territory. And they're going to line up 2 out wide once again. Their bread and butter. And quarterback telling his running back what to do here on this play and what he sees. And he's going to drop back to pass. The toss on the left, excuse me. And that's going to be met for a gain of 2 for the Tigers. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Go, boys. Do it again.
If the defense can keep getting stops like that, this offense is going to have a hard time tonight. And this is going to be 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. And they're going to have 2 out wide on the backfield, flipping the formation from last play. And he's going to drop back to pass, looking for number 21, and that's going to be overshot.
3rd down.
And it looked like he had that defender deep, and they just couldn't connect. The freshman quarterback for St. David just overthrowing the receiver. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Tigers. And they're going to have 2 out wide, same formation as last play. And he's going to drop back to pass again. He's rolling out, and he's going to go down for a sack for the Blue Devils. And that's going to bring up 4th and long for the Tigers. Losing about 8 yards. And this is going to be 4th down. And they're going to send their play call into the quarterback. And they're going to line up and they're going to go for it here. Leaving 2 in the backfield, 2 out wide. 2 back for pass protection. And they're going to drop back to pass. And he's looking. And there's going to be a pass interference call on the near side, and it looked like they just wrapped him up before the ball could get there. But it's a little debatable if that ball was catchable or not, to be honest.
Pass interference. Decline. It was on the offense. Penalties declined. That'll be a turnover on downs.
And they're going to decline the penalty, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. And the Blue Devils offense going to take over here on the 45-yard line. On the 47, excuse me. And their offense putting together a good drive and just having a few mishaps. And they're going to send their play call in through number 5, Dylan Mitchell, for the Blue Devils with 24 seconds left here in this first quarter. And this is going to be 1st and 10. 2 out wide on the near side. 1 out wide on the far side. And they're going to motion him across. And they're going to run a QB sweep to the near side. And he's going to get met by multiple Tigers defenders. Number 4, Isaac Wilson for the Tigers. In big on the tackle.
With the Tigers leading 14-0.
And that's going to bring up 2nd and 16, I believe. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter here for the Blue Devils. Currently down 14-0 to start the second quarter. And this second quarter is going to be brought to you by Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our community since 1963, and the Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County. Their new physical therapy department is now open in Hereford. Physical therapy clinics in Bisbee and Douglas also provide the highest quality of services to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Make an appointment with one of their doctors of physical therapy today at 520-432-6435. As the Tigers are going to break the huddle to start the second quarter. And it's going to be Blue Devils ball. Here on a long second down. There's going to be about 2nd and 16. And they're trying to get these chains sorted out. And the Blue Devils are going to be on offense here. And it looks like they have the down marker wrong. It should say second down, but it says first. And there's a little confusion. And they're going to fix it. And they're going to get ready to kick off this second quarter for Elfrida.
Devils start the ball in the second quarter.
This is going to be second down, and he's going to drop back to pass. Finding a wide open number 3, Miles Richardson down the sideline. And he's going to go out of bounds in St. David Tigers territory to start this second quarter. A huge play. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils in Tiger territory, converting on a huge second down. They're going to have trips on the near side. And they're going to motion their receiver across, and he's going to hand the ball off, and he's going to get around the corner, and he's going to gain about 3 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Blue Devils. And this is going to be 2nd and 7 for the Blue Devils here. Dylan Mitchell bringing in the play call, trying to put another big drive on offense together after a huge mishap led to a turnover on downs on their last drive. And they're going to break the huddle here, trying to put up a fight against this Tigers team and see which team is going to come out of here with another loss in their column. And there's going to be a flag on the play from the back judge.
That's
going to be a false start on the Blue Devils on second down. And it's going to be 2nd and 12.
Formation against the Devils. Make it a 2nd and 13.
And they're going to call a little timeout, stop the clock, so number 3 can tie his shoe in the huddle. And they're going to line up with 2 out wide, 3 out wide, and they're going to motion number 3 across, and they're going to drop back to pass, hitting number 22 on a post, and that's going to be in and out of his hands. And that would have been a money shot on second down. And if he would have caught that, he would have been gone, long gone. And this is going to be 3rd and 13 for the Blue Devils here. Down 14 with 11 minutes, 30 seconds left here in this second quarter. And they're going to line up trips on the far side again. And they're going to motion him across, running a quarterback sweep, and he's going to get tackled in the backfield by number 66, Todd Pacheco, getting a touchdown earlier in the game. and now getting a tackle for a loss.
And
And this is going to bring up 4th and about 21 for the Blue Devils. And Dylan Mitchell's going to bring in the play call. And they're still in Tiger territory. And it looks like they're going to line up to go for it here. And they're going to have a running back in the backfield for pass protection. And he's going to crack the end. And that pass is going to be swatted down in the middle by number 0 for St. David, Emmett Eder, the sophomore, getting a big stop on 4th down. And the Tigers are going to take over on their own 45-yard line. This is going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Tigers here. And number 4, I believe, bringing in the play call. And they're going to make a change at quarterback, it looks like. And he's going to hand the ball off down the middle. And he's going to fight for more. And he's going to break it loose. There's going to be a flag on the play, but he will break it loose.
There is a flag on the play.
Number 9 for St. David in for the touchdown. And we'll see if that's going to stand. And it looks like it won't. It looks like it's going to come back for the Tigers. Breaking one loose on the first play of the drive.
Face mask.
And that's going to be a face mask.
Against the Devils. So the touchdown will
And that touchdown is going to stand. It's going to be a face mask against the Blue Devils. And that's going to make this score 20-0 here in the second quarter at Valley Union High School. And they're going to line up to go for 2. Number 3 in for the Tigers at quarterback. That's going to be number 3, Grayson Merrill, taking the snaps. And he's going to muff the handoff. And that's going to be a no-good 2-point attempt. And that's going to leave this score at 20-0 with 10:33 left here in this first half. Your St. David Tigers on top. And they're going to kick this ball off deep after scoring in one play on their last drive, breaking a run down the middle. Number 9, Cedar Haney, in for a touchdown.
Kick will be from the 45 instead of the 40.
And they're going to move this kick up
on the touchdown
due to the penalty. And this kicker, he has a leg. He's going to try to send this to the end zone for a touchback. And they're playing on a longer field than they will be at home. At home, they play on an 80-yard field. And here they're playing on the full 100. And that's rare to see for 8-man football, playing on the full 100. And he's going to line up to kick. Number 7, Gannon Carafa for the Tigers. Number 3, Miles Richardson back deep to return.
Deep to return for the Devils.
And he's going to send this deep straight to number 3. And he's going to field it off the ground.
Richardson looking for a hole.
And he's going to try to bring it to the near side. And he's going to break a tackle. And then he's going to get out of bounds. And there's going to be 2 flags thrown by the refs, seeing the same call.
Around the 25-yard line.
And the 2 refs are going to see the exact same call. And they're both going to throw their flag here. And that's going to be a flag on the Blue Devils.
Against the Blue Devils.
And that's going to bring this ball back. And this is going to be first down for the Blue Devils offense. They're going to mark this ball at about the 15. They're going to mark this ball at the 15. The 16, excuse me. And this is going to be first and 10 for the Blue Devils.
From the 16-yard line.
And they're going to line up, motioning Miles Richardson to the backfield. And they're going to try to run it down the middle. And he's going to get stopped by the entire D-line and the linebackers. It looks like the only players not in on that tackle were the corners. And that's going to be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Blue Devils. And this is going to be 2nd down. And they're going to have 2 out wide. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's rolling out. And that's going to be in and out of the hands of number 22 on the sideline.
Cruz, the intended receiver.
And he's going to get his helmet knocked off. And they're going to keep him on the field. And this is going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Blue Devils.
Number 28, Barnett checking into the game.
And they're going to bring the play call in, number 5, Dylan Mitchell. And they're going to have 3 out wide once again. And he's going to roll out to pass. And it looks like he's just going to take off to the sideline and get out of bounds.
Mitchell out of bounds around the 30.
And they're going to get that first down. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Quarterback scrambling out of the pocket and gaining yards and getting out of bounds. And this is going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Down 20 with 9:40 left in this first half. And they're going to line up 3 out wide, motioning number 3 across once again. And he's going to roll out to pass, and he's going to get sacked by number 66, Pacheco, once again, in for another sack.
We have a 2nd 18.
And this is going to be 2nd and long for the Blue Devils. Almost wiping that first down clean. And Dylan Mitchell's going to get the play call in, looking at his wristband.
We were right over there. And then I thought music was going to come out of that.
And he's going to bring the play call into his team, and they're going to line up. Trips on the far side. And they're going to motion Miles Richardson across. And it's going to be a QB sweep on 2nd and 18. And he's going to get tackled behind the line. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 22, I believe. 3rd and 22, excuse me. And they're going to bring this play call in through number 5, Dylan Mitchell. And they're more than likely going to pass it here. If they're going to try to run, they're just setting themselves up for a punt.
3rd down.
And there's going to be 3rd and 22 here for the Blue Devils. And this defense playing fierce tonight. Letting a few plays slip through their fingers, but ultimately being able to make up for it with pressure. And he's going to roll out to the far side, drop it back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete in the middle of the field. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
Looks like Richardson was the intended receiver. 4th down and long.
And they're more than likely going to punt here on 4th and 22. A deep 4th and long, and they are going to drop back to punt.
Devils line up in a punt formation.
And St. David finally sending somebody back to return. And that punt's going to be blocked. And the Tigers are going to recover it. And that's going to be a touchdown for the St. David Tigers. on a blocked punt, making the score 26-0 with 7:59 in this first half. And that's going to be a touchdown off a blocked punt. So they scored on offense and special teams. So we're going to see if they can get a defensive touchdown tonight and go for the hat trick. And they're going to go for 2 here. Running it down the middle of the fullback, top Pacheco, and he's going to punch it in. That's going to make this score 28-0.
Tigers extend their lead to 28.
And they're going to be back to kick it off. And that touchdown is going to be brought to you by the Vista Sonic Drive-In. Proud to sponsor our local youth sports coverage. Come into Sonic every Wednesday for Wacky Pack Wednesday. Kids meals are only $2.49 with no limit. And Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management, our #1 choice for pest control in Cochise County, veteran owned and operated with your satisfaction, Mike's Guarantee, on Facebook at All Pro Pest Management.
Go, Miles!
Richardson back deep to receive for the Devils.
Number 7, Gannon Carafa for the Tigers, getting in the tee so he can spot this ball with number 3 back to return for the Blue Devils, Miles Richardson, excuse me. And the ref gonna blow the whistle telling him he can kick it, but he's still trying to set the ball up on the tee. And they're gonna break the huddle. And they're more than likely gonna kick it deep here. Being up 28-0 in the first half. And they will kick it deep to number 3, Miles Richardson. And that's gonna roll out of bounds at the 8. And that's going to be a flag thrown. And that's going to move this ball up to, I believe, the 25. As the Valley Union offense is going to take over, down 28 here in the second quarter.
Out of bounds.
They're going to mark this ball at the 35. And this is going to be 1st and 10 for the Valley Union Blue Devils. Trying to get points up on the board here.
Go, boys, make it happen right here.
And the Blue Devils take it over. And they're going to have 3 out wide once again. 1 in the backfield, and they're going to motion him across, and they're going to run a dive with the quarterback, and he's going to get met with some contact.
Got a 5-yard pickup on the play.
And that's going to be a gain of 5, bringing up 2nd and 5 for the Blue Devils. And those chunk plays, little gains, are going to lead to chunks. And if they can keep that going, they can come back and win this game. Down 28 right now. And this is going to be 2nd and 5 for the Blue Devils. And they're going to motion number 3. And he's going to roll out to pass. And that's going to be intercepted by number 33, Chase Pacheco at the line. And the Tigers are going to take over in Blue Devil territory on a play you hardly ever see. A blitzing linebacker picking off the quarterback at the line of scrimmage. And the Tigers are going to take over 1st and 10. And they're going to have 2 out wide. Bringing back in their freshman. He's going to drop back to pass, hitting number 7, Gannon Carafa, on the near side.
Pass is complete out of the 26-yard line.
And that's going to be a gain of 5. Bring up 2nd and 5. And it looked like that play was just how they drew it up in practice. And St. David on top, 28-0, with 6 minutes, 50 seconds left here in this second quarter. And they're going to drop back to pass again. And they're going to throw it to the flats, and that's going to be incomplete for the Tigers. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. It looked like it went in and out of the hands of the receiver, who was falling down trying to catch that pass. And number 7, Gannon Carafa, looks like he's limping back to the huddle. And they're going to break the huddle on 3rd and 5, trying to convert here. They're going to have 2 out wide. And he's going to drop back to pass again, and the pocket's going to collapse. He's going to take off, and he's going to slide and get down, gaining what looks like 2 yards, and that's going to bring up 4th and 3 for the Tigers. And they're going to go for it here. That's how the Tigers play. They play aggressive. And this is going to be 4th and 3 for the Tigers. And he's going to hand the ball off to number 9. And that's going to move the chains, and that's going to bring up a 1st down for the Tigers. And this is going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 2 out wide again. And they're going to drop back to pass, and the pocket's going to collapse, but he's going to have some room on the far side, and he's going to get out of bounds, gaining about 6 or 7 for the Tigers. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 3. 2nd and 4 for the Tigers, gaining 6 on the rollout. And the Tigers are going to find themselves in the red zone once again. And they're going to line up 3 out wide, 1 in the backfield. And they're going to motion across. And he's going to drop back to pass, finding number 7, Gannon Carafa, in the middle of the field. And he's going to try to fight to get in. And he won't be able to do it. He's going to go down at about the 1 yard line. And that's going to bring up 1st and goal for the St. David Tigers. Trying to punch one in again. And they're probably going to run the ball down the middle here, like they seem to do best on the goal line, with only a yard to go before they score. And the Blue Devils trying to get a goal line stop here. And there's going to be 1st and goal for the Tigers. 2 out wide. And they're going to fumble the snap, but he's going to recover it. And he's going to punch it in for a touchdown, number 33, Chase Pacheco, for the Tigers. And that's going to make this score 34-0 with 4 minutes, 54 seconds left here in the second quarter from Valley Union High School. And they're going to punch another one in. And it looks like they didn't miss a beat after the loss last week to Mogollon. They're going to try to really turn it around and show that they can get a bounce-back win after a tough loss. And they're going to run it down the middle. They're going to run it to the far side. And that's going to be number 3 in for the 2-point conversion. And that's going to be number,
4:54 left in the half.
I believe, 3. And that's going to make the score 36-0, 4:54 left in this second quarter. And they even got me with that fake down the middle I thought it was a dive. And then they ran the sweep to the outside to the slot receiver coming in motion. And they're going to line up to kick the ball off. Number 7, their kicker on the sideline. They're going to have number 3, Miles Richardson, back deep for the Blue Devils. And they're going to break the huddle here. Number 8 for the Tigers, back to kick it deep. And that's the same number as the kicker at Barine. And he's going to kick it down the middle. And that's going to be fielded.
It's upfield around the 20.
And he's going to go in for contact, lowering his shoulder and getting tackled
First and 10 Devils.
at the 35. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. And their offense going to take the field once again. In this Valley Union offense, trying to get their first points on the board here in the second quarter. Down 36 with 4:52 to go. This is going to be 1st and 10. They're going to line up trips on the far side. Motioning Miles Richardson across again. And they're going to run it down the middle. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. Again for a loss of what looks like 2, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 12 for the Devils here. And they're going to bring this play call in again. Number 5, Dylan Mitchell, trying to lead his team to get some points on the board here in the first half. And they're going to have 3 receivers out wide, motioning their slot across. And he's going to drop back to pass, hitting number 3 down the sideline. That's going to be another interception by number 33, Chase Pacheco. And he's going to go down at about the 10. And that's going to be 1st down for the Tigers offense, taking over on the 11-yard line. Number 33, Chase Pacheco, with his 2nd interception of this game. And the Tigers fans are fired up on the far side. This is going to be 1st and 10, but basically 1st and goal, seeing they have 11 yards between them and more points on this scoreboard, and a yard between the far 1st down stick. This is going to be 1st and 10, motioning their slot across. And he's going to come back, and they're going to hit him on a flare out. And he's going to try to get it in. And that will be a touchdown, but there will be a flag on the play. And that's going to be a flag on the play, and the quarterback telling him not to hit anyone from now on. And you can hear him from the top of these bleachers yelling at his player.
It's going to be against the Tigers.
And that's going to get called back. And that's going to make this a further 1st down to try to get. And they're going to inch themselves away from this goal line. And that's going to mark this ball down at the 21-yard line and make it 1st and 20. And they're going to call the play call, bring it into the huddle.
1st and 20 for the Tigers.
And this Tigers defense, or this Tigers offense, they don't care. They'll still run the ball here on 1st and 20. And he's going to drop back to pass, looking for number 13 on the sideline. That's going to be incomplete. A little too much juice on the ball. And they have not been able to connect on any deep balls. Just getting overthrown. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 20. And this Blue Devils defense bringing in their play call. It looks like they're going to change it up on defense a little bit. And he's going to drop back to pass. hitting number 33, and that's going to be incomplete on the sideline. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 20 for the Tigers. And they're going to try to take a deep shot here and score or get the first down and get out at about the 1. And it's going to be 3rd down for the Tigers. The Blue Devils trying to get their second stop of the night. And they're going to make a little change, taking out their running backs. And they're going to line up number 9 in the backfield, who's been doing a lot of work this year. And they're going to drop back to pass it deep. And that's going to be a screen. And he's going to break a tackle. And he's going to get tackled at the 13-yard line for the Blue Devils. And that's going to bring up 4th down, 4th and 12. And they're going to try to go for it here and score. And this is going to be 4th and 12 here for the Tigers. We're going to try to punch one in with 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. On top, 36-0. And they're going to bring the play call in. Subbing out number 7, Gannon Carafa, their do-it-all guy. And that's going to be a timeout called by the Tigers, trying to get their play together. And this timeout is going to be brought to you by Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper Landscaping for all your landscaping needs, serving Cochise County. Visit them on Facebook or call 520-456-8945, as well as Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard, now open Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the Sierra Vista Medical Group, when you experience an illness or injury, Sierra Vista Medical Group is here. We're doctors, nurses, and caregivers who are dedicated to getting you back to the community you love and dedicated to helping you live your healthiest life. Connect with a provider today. Visit svmedicalgroup.org or call 520-263-3500. And that's going to be the end of this timeout. And the Tigers are going to bring their offense back onto the field on 4th down. And they're going to try to convert here. It looks like they're going to go for a field goal, excuse me. And they're going to try to make this score 39-0. And this is rare. I hardly ever see these from the Tigers in all the games I broadcasted for them. And that's going to be no good. And it looked like that ball went about 5 yards in the air. And the Valley Union Blue Devils are going to take over on offense.
Blue Devils will take over on offense. 1st and 10.
And they're still not in the best field position, taking over on what looks like the 14.
Ball will be spotted from the attempt of the kick at the 20-yard line.
At the 20, they're going to spot this ball at the 20. And this is going to be 1st down for the Blue Devils. We're going to get another chance to put some points on the board here. Down 36-0 with 2:50 left here in this first half from Elfrida, Arizona. And this is going to be 1st and 10, and he's going to drop back to pass, finding his receiver, number 3, Miles Richardson, on an out route.
Caught, immediately tackled.
And that's going to be a gain of about 5 for the Blue Devils, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
Richardson on the reception.
And this is going to be 2nd and 5 for the Blue Devils, bringing the play call. And they're probably going to motion their slot across once again, doing that all night, every play. And that's exactly what they're going to do. And he's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to look deep for number 22, and that's going to be in and out of his hands once again. And hopefully he can turn it up here in the second half.
3rd and 5.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 5
left in
for the
half.
Blue Devils. And he's been open pretty much all game, and he just can't capitalize. And he may have the jitters from this 1A matchup. This is going to be 3rd and 5 for the Blue Devils, who are going to try to convert here and keep the Tigers offense off the field. And they're going to line up 3 out wide, motioning their slot across once again. And they're going to run it down the middle. Number 1, you hear Luna.
Luna up the middle.
And they're going to blow an early whistle.
It's going to move the chains.
And that's going to be a first down for the Blue Devils. You hear Luna getting his first really big carry of the night. And that's going to be a first down for the Blue Devils from the 33-yard line. And this clock is running down. 1 minute, 40 seconds left here in this first half. And they're going to bring the play call in on 1st and 10. And they're going to have 1 minute and 30 seconds left to march down this field and try to get some points on the board in this first half. And the Tigers defense is going to try not to let that happen. And they're going to have trips on the far side. And they're going to motion their slot across. And he's going to drop back to pass to the running back. And he's going to get stuck at the line. And he's going to fight for some more yards, and he's going to gain about 1, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Blue Devils.
2nd and 9 for the Devils.
And they're going to have to get these play calls in quick. Luckily, he got out of bounds to stop the clock with 1 minute left in this first half of play. The St. David Tigers on top, 36-0. With 1 minute left in this second quarter. And he's going to drop back to pass. Throwing a deep one.
Deep ball.
And that was almost intercepted. If he had a little bit more jump, he would have intercepted that or tipped it.
3rd and 9.
And that's going to stop the clock once again. And there's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Blue Devils. And they're going to try to get a first down here and keep their drive going and end this half with the ball in their possession. This is going to be 3rd and 9. The Tigers making some switches on defense, trying to get some pressure on this quarterback, bringing in the speed to go down to the line. And they're going to line up trips on the far side, motioning their slot once again, and he's going to drop back to pass. Pocket collapsing, and that's going to be caught by number 3, Miles Richardson.
Pass is complete.
That's not going to be enough to gain.
Caught in bounds.
And that's going to be a gain of about 2.
Picks up a couple.
And that's going to be about
4th
and 6 for the Blue Devils. With the clock still running, 30 seconds left. And they're going to bring this play call into the quarterback, the coach watching the clock, letting it run down. And they're going to call a timeout is what it looks like they're going to do. Or they're going to let this... Yep, they're going to call a timeout. And that's going to be a timeout called by the Blue Devils.
Eight seconds.
And there's going to be 8 seconds left here in this first half. And this timeout is going to be brought to you by Saguaro Air Solutions, LLC of Sierra Vista. For guaranteed honest service, choose Saguaro Air Solutions, a locally owned and operated company offering heating and cooling system servicing, repair and replacement, plus certified duct cleanings. Call 520-699-4237 to learn about our limited time offer of $85 for furnace service. Available during September, redeemable in October. Go to saguaroairsolutions.com. As well as Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community in Cochise County. And that's going to be the end of this timeout with 8 seconds left here in this second quarter. And they're going to try to bring this ball deep and get some points on the board for the Blue Devils home crowd. And this coach is going to have a long talk with them in the locker room at halftime about some of the mistakes they've made that have just killed some of their momentum that they've had in their drives on offense. And he's going to drop back to pass it deep. He's rolling out.
Passes up.
And that's going to go in and out of the hands of the defense, but that's not going to matter.
2 seconds left. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Be a turnover on downs, and the St. David Tigers are going to take over, and they're probably going to kneel this clock out with 2 seconds left here in this second quarter. Up 36-0. It is going to be 1st and 10 for the St. David Tigers. And they're going to kneel this clock out, making sure they have all the players on the field so they can. And that's going to be the end of this first half of football at Valley Union High School.
That's the end
Your
of the first
St. David
half.
Tigers on top 36-0. Going into the locker room at halftime. And they're going to start this halftime clock.
15? All righty.
It is going to be a 15-minute halftime. And a few score updates from around the county. The Boyna Colts on top 41-0 in the second quarter against Pueblo, trying to bounce back from a tough loss to Tucson High last week. And their first loss of the season. Currently on top 41-0. I'm going to see if I can get score updates from all the other schools in the county. And the Tombstone Yellow Jackets taking on the Wilcox Cowboys, and I don't have a score for that game. But I know that's going to be a huge game, a huge region game for both teams. And the Benson Bobcats taking on the Bisbee Pumas. And that game is also currently in progress, and I don't have a score update for that game. And the Berean Academy Eagles getting a win last night, 8-6 in a hard-fought game against Heritage Academy Maricopa. And it felt good to be playing that game again last night after sitting out for injury. And that was a hard-fought game for the Eagles. In the American Leadership Academy, Sierra Vista taking on Ajo High School in Ajo. And I don't have a score update on that game, but they're going to be in Ajo taking on the Red Raiders to try and get their second win of the year and move their what's it called? And try to add 2 wins to their schedule. And the Berean Academy Eagles are going to move to 3-2. And St. David's trying to move to 4-1 here after taking 5-1, after taking a tough loss to Mogollon last week. And they're on top 36-0 at halftime here in Elfrida, Arizona at Valley Union High School. And after a tough 66-36 loss last week, it looks like the St. David Tigers really didn't miss a beat from their wins. They're back to applying pressure to teams like I've seen them do in the past. And the Valley Union Blue Devils playing an uncharacteristic game. And they're trying to move to 4-1 tonight, with their current record being 3-1, with their only loss being to Desert Heights Prep in a close game, losing 40-36 in their first game of the year, and beating Baba Kivri Ray and San Manuel in their last 3 games. 24-13, 36-6, and 52-20 last week against a tough San Manuel team with some speed. And the Tigers getting their wins against Ray, Duncan, Cicero Prep, and Bob O'Keefe, who both of these teams have played. And St. David lit up the scoreboard against them, winning 70-22, with the only points for the other team being scored in the 4th quarter. And they've been lighting up the scoreboard all year, not scoring any less than 36 points in all of their games, including their loss. So it looks like they're trying to get a tough bounce-back win and show that they're still the team that we all know that they are. And the Blue Devils trying to show that they're also the team that we all know that they are, and a great 1A team. And there's going to be 10 minutes left here in halftime. And it looks like these coaches for the Blue Devils taking time to talk to their team about their mistakes in the end zone, not going to the locker room. And the Tigers are all sitting down on the far side. And it looks like they're living comfortable over there, but they can't get too comfortable because it's still a tough Blue Devils team who's trying to catch a win at home. So they cannot get complacent here. And the Blue Devils taking knees and staying disciplined. And number 3, Miles Richardson, trying to get back to the huddle after getting some water on the sideline away from his team, taking a moment to himself to regain composure and continue to make plays for this team. And their running back, number 1, you hear Luna stretching out, staying loose, trying to stand up and not take a knee and get locked up a little bit. And the St. David Tigers look like they're over there kicking their feet. And those are things you don't want to see from a coach. At halftime, already kind of zoning out of the game. Because those are things that can blow a 36-0 lead.
There's going to be running clock in the second half.
They're going to run the clock?
We're going to have to. The AIA rules are a 35-point lead going into the second
Really?
half. Come look, I got the rule up
Oh,
on my
geez.
phone right now. So it's team timeouts, an official timeout for like injuries.
And like turnovers and stuff?
Score, possession change, kicks.
Okay.
That's it. So incomplete passes, everything, she's going to keep running.
Oh, geez.
So, just in case anybody's texting you and be like, no,
Yeah.
we're there right now for the second half.
So I just got news that there's going to be a running clock for the second half. Seeing as they're up by more than 35 points, and the only time that the clock will stop is on a kickoff, a score, change of possession, and I believe that's all. There's going to be 3 minutes left here at halftime at Valley Union High School in Elfrida, Arizona. The St. David Tigers on top 36-0. And this halftime is going to be brought to you by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. The Ed Morse Automotive Group, formerly Lawely Automotive, now serving Cochise County. The Ed Morse Automotive Group in Sierra Vista will be about supporting the community and giving you the best vehicle buying experience possible. We're committed to making a long-lasting, positive relationship with the community. Stop in today and experience the difference. The Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, proud to support our young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963. The Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County. Their new physical therapy department is now open in Hereford. Physical therapy clinics in Bisbee and Douglas also provide the highest quality of services to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Make an appointment with one of their doctors of physical therapy today at 520-432-6435. The Sierra Vista Sonic Drive-In, proud to sponsor our local youth sports coverage. Come into Sonic every Wednesday for Wacky Pack Wednesday, where kids' meals are only $2.49 with no limit. Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management, our #1 choice for pest control in Cochise County. Veteran owned and operated with your satisfaction, Mike's Guarantee. On Facebook at All Pro Pest Management. Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper Landscaping for all your landscaping needs, serving Cochise County. Contact them on Facebook or call 520-456-8945. Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard, now open Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Sierra Vista Medical Group, when you experience an illness or injury, Sierra Vista Medical Group is here. We're doctors, nurses, and caregivers who are dedicated to getting you back to the community you love, dedicated to helping you live your healthiest life. Connect with a provider today. Visit svmedicalgroup.org or call 520-263-3500. Last but not least, Saguaro Air Solutions, LLC of Sierra Vista. For guaranteed honest service, choose Saguaro Air Solutions, a locally owned and operated company offering heating and cooling system servicing, repair and replacement, plus certified duct cleanings. Call 520-699-4237 to learn about our limited time offer of $85 for furnace service, available during September and redeemable in October. Go to saguaroairsolutions.com. As there will be 30 seconds left in their timeout period in the halftime, and they're going to start stretching out a little bit early here. And they're going to need to add some more time to the clock so they can finish stretching out and get the referees out of the locker room and onto the field for the second half of play here at Valley Union High School in Elfrida, Arizona, with the St. David Tigers currently leading 36-0 on top of the Valley Union Blue Devils in this 1A matchup, the only 1A matchup of Cochise County, and that's going to expire this clock. And both teams are going to go back to the sideline. And they will put 3 minutes left to warm up on the sideline, get their scheme together for the second half, and hopefully allow a Blue Devils comeback, seeing as they're the home team. And the referees are going to come back through the gate. And this ref crew tonight has done a great job making sure the players are staying safe, making sure they're calling it fair on both sides, and making just great calls all around tonight. And you can see the St. David Tigers crowd over there stacking those bleachers up to support their hometown team.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, to familiarize
about
you
45
with
minutes
AIA
away.
rules for football speed up, Rule 24.1.5 calls for the speed up rule in the second half when a team is down
And
by
he's going
35
to talk
points
about
or
this
more.
clock
The clock
rule.
will stop for team timeouts, official timeouts, following a score, a change of possession, and following a legal kick play.
And those are going to be your rules for the second half to keep this
Even
clock
if the
running.
score is lowered to more than a 35-point deficit, it will remain running clock and speed up rule for the entire second half.
And this clock is going to be running for the entire second half. And that's going to shorten the clock, hoping Valley Union can make a comeback, down 36 right now with 1 minute left in halftime. And you can hear the Blue Devils down here saying they're a second half team, saying they're hyped up for the second half, trying to lead their team to a comeback led by number 5, Dylan Mitchell, and number 3, Miles Richardson. And there will be 50 seconds left in halftime as the refs are going to get ready to spot the ball for this opening kickoff. This is going to be an exciting...
in the first half, so
it's going to be an exciting second half from Valley Union High School in Elfrida, Arizona, as the Valley Union Blue Devils are going to receive the ball here to start. And they're going to send back number 3, Miles Richardson, another one of their utility guys, to field this ball deep. And they're going to get ready to line up for the opening kickoff of this second half. And this will be the opening kickoff of the second half, bringing in their backup kicker, number 8, for the Tigers, and leaving number 7, Gannon Karoff, on the sideline to talk to the coaches and figure out what they're going to do defensively
Richardson
here.
back to receive for the Devils.
And this will start your second half of football from Valley Union High School. And they're going to get ready to kick the ball off here. And there's going to be a deep kick. And that's going to roll out of bounds, and they're going to mark this ball at the 35-yard line for the Blue Devils, and their offense is going to get ready to take the field here after the flag for kicking the ball out of bounds. And this will be 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Valley Union Blue Devils, taking the field for the first time in the second half on offense. And Dylan Mitchell's going to bring the play call in. And there will still probably be a lot more slot motions that we've got to see in this game. And they're going to start this clock and get it running. And this will be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. And they're going to run a toss to the far side. And he's going to get met behind the line. And that's going to be a loss to open up the half for this offense. And that's going to be a loss of,
11.
I believe, 1. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Blue Devils here. And if you don't know anything about Elfrida, just know there are a lot of mosquitoes out here. And this will be 2nd and 11 for the Blue Devils on their second play of the second half. And they're going to drop back to pass, looking for number 3, Miles Richardson. That will be swatted down by number 13 for the Tigers. The DN kicking out to try and get the sack and able to bat that pass down at the line. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Blue Devils. And this clock is going to keep running. And this will be 3rd and 11 as they're going to break the huddle here and try to hopefully get some points on the board. And they're going to line up trips on the near side, motioning their slot. And he's going to drop back to pass.
Passes up.
Looking for number 22 on the out route.
Near the 40-yard line.
And that's going to bring up 4th down. And that's going to be, I believe, his first catch of the night. Having a few drops in the first half.
And like
I said, at halftime, you come to make these adjustments and you talk to your players. If they're dropping passes, you tell them to get out of their own head, because football is a mental game. And it looked like he's out of his head here. And that could be huge for the Blue Devils, excuse me, because he's been wide open on a few passes that could have put them in scoring position or led to a score. And he will drop back to pass, and he's going to look for 22, and that's going to be over the head in the middle, and that's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Tigers are going to take over in Blue Devil territory on the 41-yard line. That's going to be 1st and 10 for the St. David Tigers. And they're going to bring their offense back out onto the field. Their freshman quarterback, who didn't play a drive, but it didn't matter. They still scored. And he will come back out here to start this second half for the Tigers. On 1st and 10, and they're going to have 2 out wide. And they're going to motion their receiver, and they're going to run it down the middle to number 9. And he's going to make a man miss, and he will get the first down. And that'll be another 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And this ball is going to be marked at the 30. Knocking on the door for the red zone. And the Tigers are going to try and put more points up on the board, being up 36-0 here to start this second half. And they're going to run the ball down the middle. Number 33, Chase Pacheco, poking it outside. And he's going to get tackled out of bounds. And that's going to keep this clock going still. In case you missed the rules, they're running a running clock through the entire second half. And that's going to make this second half go a lot quicker. And this will be 2nd and 2 for the St. David Tigers. And they're going to line up 3 out wide this time. And they're going to hand it off down the middle to number 9, Cedar Haney. And he's going to break a tackle. And he's going to keep going. He's going to stiff arm a man. And he will get in for the score. And that's a huge play. Number 9, Cedar Haney, in for another touchdown. And I believe that's his 3rd of the night. And this kid is all over the field, playing defense, playing offense. And not just making small plays for each side, making big plays. And that's going to make the score 42-0 with 7 minutes, 51 seconds left here in this third quarter. And they're going to go for 2 here. He's going to hand the ball off to number 33, Chase Pacheco, and he'll be tackled before the goal line. And that's going to make this score 42-0 and leave it there. And the Tigers are going to kick the ball off to the Blue Devils. And that touchdown is going to be brought to you by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community, as well as the Ed Morse Automotive Group, formerly Lawely Automotive, now serving Cochise County. Ed Morse Automotive Group will be about supporting the community and giving you the best vehicle buying experience possible. We're committed to making a long-lasting, positive relationship with the community. Stop in today and experience the difference of the Ed Morse Automotive Group, formerly Lawely, in Sierra Vista, Arizona, the new car dealerships. And this score is going to be 42-0 with 7 minutes, 51 seconds left in this third quarter, as the Tigers are going to kick the ball off to the Blue Devils. Number 3, Miles Richardson, back deep to return. And they're going to kick this deep. And that will be fielded by number 3.
Richardson fields it around the 10.
And he's going to make a cut. He's going to make a man miss, and he's going to try to poke it loose, and he's going to go, he's going to keep going, making man miss, and he's going to try to keep going, he's going, and he's going to try to keep going. It looks like he's getting tired, but he will not stop, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Valley Union Blue Devils, but there will be a flag on the play. And that's going to be the first touchdown of the night. And it might get called back for a flag on the Blue Devils. And that's a huge play. And it looks like they're going to bring this back. And I want to see what this call is going to be. And that's a shame. Getting your first touchdown of the night, getting called back on a kickoff return at that. And that's going to be on the Blue Devils.
Richardson, the return, is the victim of a penalty.
And that's going to move this ball back to the 10-yard line. And hope turned despair for the Blue Devils. And this is going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils, who showed that they can put some points on the board with ease on special teams. And now we're going to see if they can put some points on the board after getting the special teams play called back. And they're going to try to get this back and go score, as number 3 Miles Richardson is going to come off tired from returning that kickoff for a touchdown and it getting called back. He's going to take his helmet off on the sideline here. Coach is congratulating him, but it got called back. And this is going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. And he's going to run it down the middle. And he's going to get stopped.
Runner is stuffed up the middle.
And that's going to be a loss.
2 yards. 2nd down.
And it looks like he's going to lose 3. And that's going to be 2nd and 13 from the 7-yard line for the Blue Devils, working forward and having no room to work backward at all. It's going to be 2nd and 13 for the Blue Devils with 6 minutes, 53 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. And they're going to motion their slot across. And that's going to be a fumbled snap. And St. David's going to recover the snap after a mishap on special teams and now getting a defensive stop and getting a turnover on downs. Or excuse me, a forced fumble turnover.
For about the 2-yard line.
And that's going to leave the score at 42-0 after the Valley Union Blue Devils could not capitalize. This is going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, bringing their offense onto the field once again. And they're going to line up with 2 in the backfield, 2 out wide. They're tall receivers out wide. And they're going to draw back to pass, throwing a fade ball to number 7, Gannon Carafa, just out of reach.
Pass is incomplete. Bring up a 2nd and goal.
And that's going to be maybe a yard out of reach for the, I believe, 6'4" receiver. And you can just tell he towers above everybody. And it's a little hard to put it out of reach for someone that tall against a smaller corner. But it happened. And that's going to be 2nd and goal for the Tigers from the 1-yard line. And they're going to try to punch this ball in, lining up under center, 1 in the backfield. And the Blue Devils are going to stack the box. And that's going to be a fumbled snap. And the Tigers are going to recover at the line, and that's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. And this is going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 1. And the Tigers are going to look to punch another score in here. Currently leading 42-0 with 4:40 left in the 3rd quarter. And they're going to run it down the middle. And it looks like he's going to be stopped short of the goal line. And this is going to bring up 4th and goal from I believe, still the 1 yard line. And this Blue Devils defense playing tough on this goal line right now, backed up against their own end zone with no room to work for backwards. And they're just going to try to keep their momentum going forward and get these stops to prevent them from getting another 6 on the board here. And they're going to go for it here on 4th down. And that's going to be a fumbled snap, and the Blue Devils are going to recover.
It's going to be a fumble recovered by the Devils.
And that's going to be a forced fumble from the Blue Devils, showing some life here in this second half. And getting a huge defensive stop on their own goal line against a tough Tigers offense. And they're showing that they are still in this game. And the Blue Devils are going to take over from their 1 yard line, having zero room to work backwards once again like last drive. And this is going to be 1st and 10, and they're going to try to run this ball down the middle and gain some yards, give themselves a little cushion. And they're going to be under center. And they're going to hand this ball off down the middle, and he's going to get jerked back. And he's going to be down at the half-yard line. That's going to bring up
Luna finding his way back up to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. And he tried to fight for more yards and just couldn't go, getting jerked back by this defense, telling him, you are not getting any yards on us. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils. And they're going to break this huddle here under center once again. No, they're going to be in the shotgun in their own red zone. So this quarterback lining up on his logo. And they're going to run a pass. And that's going to be dropped. And that's going to be a little high. But in and out of the hands of number 3, Miles Richardson, with a rare drop. And this will be 3rd and 10 for the Blue Devils from their own 1 yard line. And they're going to try to get a 1st down and get maybe even gain a few yards to give themselves some room to punt and avoid getting a safety and giving them the ball back. And that's going to be a fumbled snap. And that's exactly what it looks like it's going to be, is going to be a safety.
That's a safety.
And maybe I spoke too soon. So that's going to make the score 44-0 with 1:34 left in this 3rd quarter. The St. David Tigers on top. And the Blue Devils are going to have to punt the ball to the Tigers here. After getting a safety
Devils will punt
in the middle of their red zone on a fumbled snap. And I don't really know what's been the star of the show. The St. David defense. Or really, I don't know what else. So the Blue Devils are going to have to punt the ball here. And they're going to line it up to kick, not punt. And normally it would be a punt. And this will be a punt for the Blue Devils. The Tigers are going to be back to return. And this will be their 2nd kickoff of the night, and they will field it. Number 9, Cedar Haney, trying to go down the middle. And he's going to be tackled by number 5, Dylan Mitchell, in the middle of the field. And he will get that into Blue Devil territory at the 39-yard line. And the Tigers offense is going to take over 1st and 10 as this all-star quarterback will come back onto the field for the Tigers. And they're going to run this clock. 1 minute left in this third quarter. The Tigers are trying to close this game out and keep the foot on the neck of these Blue Devils and keep on the gas pedal after a loss last week and just show who they are. And they're going to run the ball down the middle. Number 33, Chase Pacheco, spinning out of a tackle and getting back to the line. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. And that's a tough run, spinning out of a tackle to get back to the line to prevent a loss. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Tigers out of St. David, Arizona, making the drive over here to Elfrida Valley Union High School. And he'll take the snap, and he's going to hand it off down the middle to number 9, Cedar Haney. And it looks like he's going to break one loose. And number 3, Miles Richardson, getting him out of bounds on the last play of the third quarter. And the Tigers will take over inside the 10-yard line to start this next quarter. And this fourth quarter is going to be key for the Blue Devils to try to get some points on the board. And this fourth quarter will be brought to you by the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. Proud to support our young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439, as well as Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our community in Cochise County since 1963. And the Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County. Their new physical therapy department is now open in Hereford. Physical therapy clinics in Bisbee and Douglas also provide the highest quality of services to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Make an appointment with one of their doctors of physical therapy today at 520-432-6435. And this is Logan Seeley live with Cool FM from the fourth quarter of the 1A matchup of the Valley Union Blue Devils against the St. David Tigers, with the St. David Tigers currently leading 44-0 as we start this fourth quarter, with 1st and goal for the Tigers from the 9. It's going to be 1st and goal. And they're going to line up with 2 out wide. And he's going to pass it to the running back in the flat. And he's going to try to kick this in for a touchdown. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And that's going to make the score 50-0. The St. David Tigers getting another touchdown in. And that's going to be number 33, Chase Pacheco, the running back and linebacker for the Tigers, punching it in. And I believe they're going to go for 2 here again. No, I believe they're going to kick it. Bringing their kicker onto the field. And they're going to go for it. Bringing in the lone female on the team for the St. David Tigers. And she's going to run the ball, and she's going to get stopped in the backfield. That's going to be number 11, Caitlin Patton, wearing number 81 right now. But she is listed as number 11 on the roster, and in their home uniforms, that's what she wears. And she's going to be stopped, and that's going to leave the score at 50-0 with 11:45 left in this game. The St. David Tigers on top. And the Tigers are going to be in the huddle, trying to catch a breath after scoring and getting a safety, and then marching down the field and scoring. And I believe 4 plays. And they're going to have Miles Richardson back to return again, bringing the last kickoff back for a touchdown and getting it called back by mishap on the Blue Devils. And he's going to try to return another one since he can. And they're going to go to kick this ball off to the Blue Devils. And he's going to kick it deep.
Kicks up.
And that's going to be fielded by number 3, Miles Richardson, who's going to fumble it a little bit. And he's going to try to take it out. And he's going to break a tackle and fight for yards. And he's going to go down at the 30. And the Blue Devils will take over in their own territory on the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. And it looks like we're going to see some more motions from number 3, Miles Richardson, from the slot. Trying to run some misdirection here on this Tigers defense, and they're going to roll the clock. And they're going to break the huddle here. And they're going to have 3 out wide, 2 on the near side, 1 out far. And they're going to motion number 3 across, and they're going to try to run it to the near side with the quarterback, and he's going to get wrapped up, break a tackle, and fight for some yards. And he's going to gain what looks like 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 3 for the Blue Devils here, showing some life late. Currently down 50-0, but trying to fight to put some points on the board and keep it from being a shutout in the only 1A matchup of Cochise County. And this will be 2nd and 3 for the Blue Devils. There's going to be a toss to the right side of the field.
Luna to the right side.
And he's going to get wrapped up around the ankles, but he's going to dive for yards. And this will be 3rd down. 1st down, they're going to move the marker. And the Blue Devils are going to get a 1st down and try to keep marching down the field here late in the game. And this Tigers defense is going to try to keep applying this pressure, bringing some of their backups into the game, but leaving a few of their key starters in to try to make sure that they can keep a comeback from happening. And they're going to drop back to pass, looking for number 3, and that's going to be incomplete, but there will be a flag.
False start against the
And that's going to be a false start on the Blue Devils, and that's going to move them back 5. And that's going to be 1st and 15.
We'll replay 1st down. 15 to go.
And the Blue Devils on their own 35-yard line, trying to get some points on the board late in the game. And they're going to run it down the middle to number 1, and he's going to break one loose. And he's going to keep going, getting into Tiger territory.
1st down, Devils.
Getting down at the 31-yard line. And that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils in Tiger territory. And they're showing some life a little too late, but it's good to see some. And this will be 1st and 10. They're going to break the huddle here. Trips on the far side. And they're going to motion number 3 across again. And this is going to be a quarterback sweep to the near side again. And he's going to get met by a swarm of Tigers
Mitchell wrapped up back around
at the line.
2nd down.
And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils, as this clock is going to continue to run down late in this game. And the Tigers trying to get out of here with a win and move to 5-1 on the season. And the Blue Devils are more than likely going to move to 3-2 here. And they're going to line up under center Running a toss to the right side, number 1.
He's got some room
And he's
out
going
there.
to break a first down loose.
That's gonna be good
And that's
for
going to be a
Devils.
first down for the
First
Blue
down.
Devils. And this will be 1st and 10 for the Valley Union Blue Devils. And the Tigers talking about how they're trying to keep them from scoring still, showing no mercy in this game.
First set of downs from the 19-yard line.
And you can hear the communication from up here. And there's going to be 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in this 4th quarter as this clock is going to continue to run all through this second half. And they're going to motion number 3 to the backfield. And there's going to be a toss to him on the left side. And he's going to make one miss. And he's going to get spun down
Down to the 14.
at the 14-yard line. And you can tell he's really feeling it tonight. Being one of the only signs of life of this team himself.
2nd and 5 for the Devils.
This is going to be 2nd and 5 for the Valley Union Blue Devils at their home field with 5 minutes, 50 seconds left. Trying to get some points on the board, down 50-0. And they're going to run it down the middle to Miles Richardson, and he's going to get wrapped up and tackled after gaining 1 yard. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Blue Devils.
On a 3rd and 4 for the Devils.
And they're going to try to punch one in. And they're going to be marked at their own, at the Tigers' 14-yard line, excuse me. And they're going to roll out, hitting Miles Richardson. And he's going to try to score. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Getting some points on the scoreboard for this Valley Union Blue Devils team. Getting the lone score for them. Making the score 50-6 with 5 minutes and 1 second left on the clock here in this game. Getting their score late in the 4th quarter. And the Blue Devils getting their first score of the night, showing life too late in this game. But just showing life is a great sign for them as they're going to move on next week and play Superior at home and try to catch another win. And they're going to fumble the 2-point conversion, and that's going to be no good. And that's going to leave the score at 50-6 for the Blue Devils. And they're going to kick the ball off deep to the St. David Tigers with 5 minutes left in this 4th quarter. And that touchdown is going to be brought to you by the Sierra Vista Sonic Drive-In, proud to sponsor our local youth sports coverage. Come into Sonic every Wednesday for Wacky Pack Wednesday. Kids meals are only $2.49 with no limit, as well as Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management, our #1 choice for pest control in Cochise County. Veteran owned and operated with your satisfaction, Mike's Guarantee, on Facebook at All Pro Pest Management. As the Blue Devils are going to kick the ball off to the Tigers for the 3rd time tonight. And they're going to kick it deep. That's going to go between the legs of Gannon Carafa.
Picked up at the 10.
And he's going to try to make something work. And he's going to break a tackle. And he's going to break it loose. And he's going to go down the sideline and score again for the Tigers. And he's going to jog it in.
And that'll be returned for a touchdown.
And that's going to make the score 56-6 for the St. David Tigers. And he just walked it in. scoring on a kickoff after Valley Union's only touchdown of the night so far. Just showing that they still have their foot on their necks. And they're going to be in the huddle here. And they're going to go for 2. Still trying to go for 2 here late in the game. And they're going to line up. Quarterback giving his running back what looks like the play call. And he's going to run a toss to the right side. And he's going to get wrapped up as soon as he catches it. And that's going to be no good. And that's going to lead the score 56-6. As the St. David Tigers are going to kick the ball off to the Blue Devils. Miles Richardson back to return once again. And I believe this is going to be the 9th kickoff for the St. David Tigers. And this kicker's getting a little work in. Getting a good workout tonight. And their special teams coach can be proud of it.
Richardson back deep, trying to break another one.
And Miles Richardson is going to be back to return. Returning one of the kickoffs for a touchdown and getting it called back. He's going to try to do it again and get them another touchdown on the board here late in the game. But a touchdown is still a touchdown. And he's going to kick this ball off. And that's going to go deep. That's going to be fielded by number 3, Miles Richardson.
Richardson picks it up at the 15.
And he's going to try to come to the near side and outrun. And he's going to put a kid on skates. And he's going to go out of bounds.
And out of bounds around the 32.
And that's going to go out at the 32-yard line for the Blue Devils. As they're going to take over in their own territory on the 33-yard line, I believe. And this is going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils here. We're going to try to get another score on the board late in this game. And this will be one of the final possessions of the game. And they're going to line up with 3 out wide, motioning Miles Richardson. And they're going to toss him the ball again after scoring last drive. He's going to poke it to the near side. He's going to cut it back. And he's going to get chased down by number 7, Gannon Carafa, pushing him out of bounds.
For the Devils, 1st down.
That's going to be Miles Richardson running up his stats and getting another 1st down for the Blue Devils. And you can just see how much work he's put in tonight to try to keep his team in this game, trying to put the team on his back like a leader. And he's going to have another year with this Blue Devil squad. So they still have a bright future next year behind him. And this will be another 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils here. And they're going to motion him across again. And he's going to roll out to pass, looking for his receiver, and that's going to be complete to number 26 for Valley Union.
Angel Caperon on the reception.
Angel Caperon.
Just short of
and that will be 2nd and inches for the Blue Devils. With 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in this game. Marching down the field, trying to put more points on the board. And I really like these all-black uniforms from the Blue Devils with the blue helmet. It looks really nice on this field, as well as the all-whites from St. David. I always love all-white uniform combos, but I think I like all-black better. And they're going to motion him, and they're going to hit him in the flats, and he's going to try to go. And he's going to go out of bounds, getting popped by number 7 once again. And there will be some words of encouragement between number 1 and number 21 for St. David. And that's going to be another 1st down for the Blue Devils here. And this will be 1st and 10. Trying to put more points on the board with 2 minutes, 20 seconds left on this clock. And they're going to have Dylan Mitchell in shotgun. And he's going to drop back to pass. And he's going to throw an interception to number 0 for the Tigers. With 2 minutes left, and this team is fired up. And that's going to be the 3rd interception of the night for the Tigers. And that's going to be number 0, Emmett Eder, on the late game interception with 2 minutes left to solidify this game. And they're going to send their offense back out.
Clock ticks away under 2 minutes.
And they're going to roll this clock with 1 minute, 50 seconds left. And they're going to throw some of their backups in. And they're going to line up not taking a knee. They're lined up trying to score again. And they're going to run a touch pass to the slot. And he's going to get met way behind the line. And that's going to be the current kicker, number 8, for the Tigers on the carry. And he's going to get stopped behind the line for a loss of about 6. That's going to bring up 2nd and 16 for the Tigers, as they're going to try to run this clock out with 1 minute left. And they're going to run the ball down the middle and get stopped behind the line once again with 40 seconds left in this game. Trying to run this clock down and show some sportsmanship on 3rd and 20 for the Tigers. And this is more than likely going to be the last play of this game with 20 seconds left.
20 seconds left in the ball game.
And this is going to be the last play of the game. Taking a knee. And that's going to be the ball game. The St. David Tigers are going to take the win over the Valley Union Blue Devils 56-6. After a great game by the Tigers, as well as a great game by the Blue Devils. And the Tigers are going to catch a win and move to 5-1 on the year. And their next game is going to be at home against San Manuel.
We thank you all for coming out tonight.
And Valley Union's next game will be against Superior for their lone game in October.
Game of the year for us.
And this is Logan Seeley live from Cool FM, and this coverage is going to be brought to you by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. The Ed Morse Automotive Group, formerly Lawely Automotive, now serving Cochise County. The Ed Morse Automotive Group here at Vista will be about supporting the community and giving you the best vehicle buying experience possible. We are committed to making a long-lasting, positive relationship with the community. Stop in today and experience the difference. The Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, proud to support our young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963. Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County, their new physical therapy department is now open in Hereford. Physical therapy clinics in Bisbee and Douglas also provide the highest quality of services to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Make an appointment with one of their doctors of physical therapy today at 520-432-6435. The Sierra Vista Sonic Drive-In, proud to sponsor our local youth sports coverage. Come into Sonic every Wednesday for Wacky Pack Wednesday. Kids meals are only $2.49 with no limit. Big Mike at All Pro Pest Management, our #1 choice for pest control in Cochise County. Veteran owned and operated with your satisfaction, Mike's guarantee. Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper Landscaping for all your landscaping needs. Serving Cochise County, visit them on Facebook or call 520-456-8945. Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard, now open Saturdays 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Sierra Vista Medical Group. When you experience an illness or injury, Sierra Vista Medical Group is here. We are doctors, nurses, and caregivers who are dedicated to getting you back to the community you love, dedicated to helping you live your healthiest life. Connect with a provider today. Visit svmedicalgroup.org or call 520-263-3500. Last but not least, Saguaro Air Solutions, LLC of Sierra Vista. For guaranteed honest service, choose Saguaro Air Solutions, a locally owned and operated company offering heating and cooling system servicing, repair, and replacement, plus certified duct cleanings. Call 520-699-4237 to learn about our limited time offer of $85 for furnace service, available during September and redeemable in October. Go to saguaroairsolutions.com. And this is Logan Seeley live, checking out from Elfrida, Arizona, as the St. David Tigers take a win against the Valley Union Blue Devils 56-6. And until next time, this is Cool